On the question of the attorney who was speaking before, I'd be interested in, at some time at the council's leisure in the future, some clarification on the notion of back and forth during the visitor presentations. According to my notes in the October 23rd meeting, for example, I recorded back and forth between the mayor and Bob Zick and the city attorney on the topic of the previous city attorneys. And there were questions from the presenter who had not been on the agenda or anything prior, and there were answers from staff and members of the council. So that seems to be in contradiction to what you told the police officer's attorney earlier this evening. Might be worth clarifying that as a matter of policy, because it seems otherwise rather arbitrary. The second example that I have is that during visitor presentations you had Charles Bethel provide information and answer questions on the topic of employee negotiations. Again, it was in the visitor presentations portion of the council meeting, and so what you just said seems to contradict your past practice. Perhaps you've introduced new policy, or perhaps the policy simply needs to be clarified so that people coming will know what they're getting into. The other point, completely different topic that I wanted to bring up apropos the last speaker, was Mr. Copeland's letter in the City News. I wanted to point out that in case anybody didn't crunch some of the numbers, his study of salaries in comparisons to the Metro used one person less than half of the group he was talking about, the members of the new bargaining unit. And that half all were above average for Metro salaries. I submit to you that on the face of it, it is not surprising that half of a group is above average. And so it seems to me a little bit misleading to do that. I don't have the access to the survey raw data to be able to find out any more detailed analysis of those different people and their salaries and how it compares to the Metro average. But on the face of it, it looks like you're playing games with data, and I don't think that does us, the citizens of Maplewood, any service in giving us accurate information as to the budgetary process and decisions in the city. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your comments.